Matchup.
The stock car is back in town, so you better hold on. Spread the word around. Guess who's back in town?
He grew up, like his father, with a fascination for racing and an understanding that winners must be thorough. That's why Michael Andretti chooses the complete protection of Haviland Formula 3 motor oil to fight heat stress, starting friction, and engine dirt. For Michael, Haviland's been part of growing up. Of course, some kids grow up faster than others. Haviland Formula 3.
You'd think the world would be nothing but a blur at this speed. But at 200 miles an hour, a lot of things become clear. Like what technology can help make our cars perform better, our trucks tougher, and help make them all safer for the street. Because at Ford, we want to stay ahead in more places than just the racetrack. Have you driven a Ford lately?
All of these championship-winning drivers have one thing in common: Goodyear Racing Eagles. The race-winning technology that's found in the Goodyear Racing Eagles can also be found in the world's best-selling line of high-performance street tires, Goodyear Eagle Street Radials. The champions know, and it's why we say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
For the second time in 1992, Junior Johnson's two Fords started on the front row in the Transouth 500, Sterling Marlin and Bill Elliott. For more on the qualifying and other news, plus highlights of the Transouth 500, here's Randy.
Ned, ironically, on Friday at 3 o'clock when the cars rolled out for qualifying, the first two automobiles to take to the track were none other than Bill Elliott and Sterling Marlin. Unfortunately for Bill, he was beaten by his teammate Sterling Marlin, who grabbed his first ever pole position on a non-restrictor plate race. Did it with a new track record over 163 miles per hour. Now, for one guy particularly didn't fare as well, who normally is up front, Alan Kawicki in the Hooters Ford, only 25th starting position for the Transouth 500. That's because some new adjustments were being made for some new rules, particularly this one by NASCAR, adding some more spoiler, hopefully giving the car some downforce in the corners. Now, there's some other adjusting going on in the garage area. Barry Dotson, the former crew chief for Team 3 Racing, he's left that operation to become crew chief for Derek Cope and the Purelator Chevrolet Racing Team.
I can see he's got what it takes to win. He can go through the garage and say, you know, I have won and I'm a winner, and we're just going to try to turn the program into a contender and try to make a little bit of improvement and then try to make good run towards the end of the year and maybe pull a win off or something.
The Darlington International Raceway, coined the Lady in Black, lived up to its billing in the Transouth 500 as she put a negative spell on the Kodak Chevy before the green flag even flew. Ford drivers Sterling Marlin and Bill Elliott led the field of 39 into battle. Elliott, looking to continue his spell over the competition, cruised to the early lead, while his teammate in the Maxwell House Coffee Ford was left with a bitter taste of the track after crashing on lap 25. Winston Cup points leader Davey Allison declared himself the man to beat after the yellow flag. He and his Haviland Ford shined out front until Brett Bodine passed him in the Quaker State Ford to take the lead on lap 79. With green flag racing through lap 175, the leaderboard was lit up with Ford. That is until Harry Gant was able to register his Oldsmobile on the top on lap 154. The Skull Bandit was the only GM car to steal the lead from Ford under green flag racing conditions. Once again, five-time Winston Cup champion Dale Earnhardt was unable to find his way to the front and failing to lead a lap for the fifth straight race in 1992. The three-time Winston Cup champion Darrell Waltrip was also defeated by the Ford Authority, but in a different way, as Jeff Bodine battled to get a lap back after he lost one early in the event and tried to open the door cracked by DW. After leading the Gillette halfway lap, Allison held off the mellow yellow Pontiac of Kyle Petty in one of the most heated battles up front in the 367-lap event. After a brush with the wall by Rusty Wallace on lap 222, Gant once again gained control. Allison faded when a cloud cover cooled the track, eventually eclipsing the Haviland Star Ford from finding Victor Lane for the second time this season.
The fourth and final caution came when Dick Trickle tangled with Brett Bodine in turn 2 and nearly collecting the eventual winner, Elliott. Over the final 120 laps, it was a battle of the books. The course was math, and the team with the best grade would go to victory lane. Unfortunately for Kyle Petty, class was over for him on lap 256 as his power plant poured out on pit road, and he had to call it a day. That left GM driver Gant to battle the Fords, and Harry elected to pit early, opting for fresher, faster tires, but that put him out of sync with Elliott. Bill got gas and rubber for the final time on lap 304. Harry would have to make one more stop, and when he did, Elliott regained the lead for the final time. Bill cruised the final 45 laps, leaving Gant to battle with Martin and Kawicki for second. Gant would pass the two to finish second, but couldn't catch Elliott. Kawicki got an F for failure in the final 10 laps when he lost the engine in his Hooters Ford. For Bill Elliott, it was his fourth straight win to push his earnings over $500,000 in the first 5 races of 1992.
The guys, you know, the things that really helps me about the situation is I've got confidence in them. When they unload the car, I know it's the best of their ability, and I know the car is capable of winning the race if I can do my job.
It's time now for a short break. Still to come on this edition of Inside Winston Cup Racing are highlights of the Mark III Vans 200 Busch Grand National Race from Darlington. And as we leave you for this break, here's the balance of the finishing order for the Transouth 500.
Only 9 men have captured the richest and most grueling prize in the history of racing. Only 9 have charged with the courage to capture the crown. The champions, the heroes of Winston Cup Racing, are presented in the official poster edition of the 20th anniversary of Winston Motorsports. It's an offer unlike any other in the history of the sport. Your commemorative poster edition, beautifully illustrated, spans the entire history of the Winston Cup Championship from Petty in 71 to Earnhardt in 91. Each poster highlights the driver's hard-charging career and comes complete with a gold embossed signature. And as a bonus, your set includes a group poster of all 9 champions ready for framing. To order, call this 800 number now. Major credit cards and money orders accepted. This commemorative edition is just $79.95 and will only be shipped by Federal Express. So fans, call now for your piece of Winston Cup history.
Winston Cup Racing. It's been one heck of a ride.
When doctors were asked which of these 2 pain relief formulas they preferred,
number 1,
they chose the Goodies formula by more than 3-1 over BC's, which just might be the reason
Goodies!
so many people in the South,
why Goodies, of course,
prefer Goodies too. Because Goodies has the formula most doctors preferred, and BC doesn't. Try Goodies headache powders or extra strength tablets.
Shower yourself with a new sensation. New refreshing Shield. Feel the blast. The high-energy beat of Shield's unique skin-vigorating formula. Refreshment that'll turn you around. New refreshing Shield.
You may leave North Carolina's coast once you've finished vacationing here. But one thing's for sure. North Carolina's coast will never leave you.
Is it courage or a death wish that makes pro riders strap themselves to 2,000 pounds of mean meat? It's the ultimate test of skill, endurance, and bravery when 30 of the world's best bull riders tackle 70 of the most spirited and temperamental bulls in the country. From the Lazy E Arena, a special edition of Championship Rodeo, Bonanza 92. Today, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, only on TNN.
Team USA, a new concept in racing, whereas fans can be a part of the sponsorship of a NASCAR Winston Cup team. We talked to you about this last year. Well, now it has become a reality. Kerry Teague, a rookie driver, is the driver of the Team USA car. Junie Donlevy is the car owner. Randy Pemberton takes a look at America's car.
Winston Cup racing has long been considered a family sport, both in respect to its competitors and the millions of fans that fill the seats to support their favorite drivers. But never in the sport's history has there been a formation of fans that have come together in the common interest of a car. But this isn't just any car, it's America's car.
I tell you what, I've been coming to these races since 1984, and you have your favorite driver every year, and sometimes it changes, but when you have your own team, you're a member of that team, I mean, it's completely different. I mean, look at the goosebumps. I've got them already. Wow. I mean, this is great. I've stood outside that fence for years watching in, and now I'm on the inside, and this is super that we're able to do this.
And what you can do is become an official sponsor of your own Winston Cup racing team.
Then explain what the fans get with their initiation
well,
and
first
membership.
and foremost, they get the pride of saying, I sponsor that car. See that number 90 Team USA car? That's mine. You can pull for Elliott and Earnhardt and Allison, but, you know, you can't have a part of their car the way you can this, and the part of the sponsorship group. And then we have a nice souvenir packet that goes out to all the members, a hat, a T-shirt, a patch, a decal, a membership card, and a certificate, a newsletter, hospitality, honorary pit crew members that we pull out of the membership for every race.
The annual membership fee is $125, and the current number of members is over 3,000. And if you think these members may be mainly from the South, guess again.
49 states. New Mexico is the only state we're missing. Every province in Canada, England, Bermuda, Jamaica, Panama. So we feel good about it. We got 3,100 or so members now. And all we need to do is just like triple, quadruple that to make all of this come together and happen.
And what developers Bruce Hensley and Tally Sessions would like to have happen is to gain the support of enough sponsors to be able to showcase rookie driver Kerry Teague in 18 races and ultimately capture Rookie of the Year. They already have the backing of legendary car owner Junie Donlevy.
Well, I think the concept is real good because all the years that we've been in racing, basically our deal has been with volunteer members on the crew. So to have memberships owning the car, I really feel good about it.
And with Fords being the car to beat thus far this season, Junie, with the help of the fans, just might make Kerry the fourth rookie to gain the title under his watchful eye.
I had probably 10 or 15 people to call Junie and say, hey, look, you ought to give him a break, and Junie did. And me and Junie's had a lot of conversations, and he believes in what I do. He's watched me, and he thinks that I can drive these old cars. So he's going to give me a shot. We're going to run 18 races, run for Rookie of the Year, and see if we can't put Team USA, split fire spark plugs for Rookie of the Year this year.
Winning the rookie title would just be a bonus for this base of fans that have found out that owning part of a Winston Cup team is the dream of a lifetime.
And I think it's going to take off in the days to come when people see that it's here to stay. It's not just a promotional deal for him to get rich or anybody to get rich. I mean, this is grassroots. This is the way it used to be.
I'll tell you what, and you can also say, if you really look underneath that, you can also be fans of other drivers and be a fan of this program.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a driver, man, okay, not an automobile. I root for Bobby Allison through the AMC days, okay? I'm diehard Allison's, okay? But, this is the car right here. This is coming.
And if you care to ride along, you'll get a chance to fraternize with some fans from across the country and soon around the world. It's racing up close and personal, a family affair. Food, friendship, a common bond. It's Americana.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's great. Gives the fans an opportunity to be a part of the whole racing scene.
And I tell you, you particularly illustrate that you can be a fan from anywhere. Where do you come from?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Wow. How'd you become a Winston Cup race fan?
Well, Dick Trickle's from that neighborhood, so we were watching him, and we just kind of followed him down here.
So you can be a fan of Dick Trickle, and now?
Oh, kind of a fan of everybody, really, but Kerry Teague.
Kerry's first start was at Darlington. It couldn't have come at a tougher track. A brief brush with the wall during practice and a handling problem caused him to park the Team USA Ford in the early going of the Transouth 500. But win or lose, Teague and his team of fans have just embarked on what will be an exciting season, on and off the track.
Team USA, an exciting concept. If you'd like to learn more about it, you can call the 800 number on your screen. It's time now for a short break. Still to come are highlights of the Mark III Band's 200 from here at Darlington. As we leave you for this break, here's this week's Haviland Track Talk, which deals with the new spoilers on the Winston Cup cars.
This edition of Track Talk is brought to you by Haviland. Add more life to your car.
Just 2 days before arriving at Darlington, Winston Cup teams received a fax from NASCAR allowing them the option of running a larger spoiler. While the decision created more work for the crews, it received favorable reviews from the drivers.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's one of the most ridiculous looking things I've ever seen in the mirror, but sure feels good. You know, it makes the cars plenty stable, and I think it's even picked the speeds up here at Darlington.
Picks the speeds up because you might not go down the straightaway faster, but you go through the corners faster. Is that right?
I think we're going through the corners quite a bit faster than we ever have here at Darlington. And, you know, I really don't think that they're hurting the straightaway speeds here that much.
I think it helps. You know, the cars handle real good. You know, it seems to plan them down a little harder, which helps us in the corners. And, you know, but everybody's got the same thing, so it didn't really make much difference whether you got a 5-inch one or a 7-inch one.
It's definitely going to help us. It's going to help the other GM cars, too. It's going to help everybody. You know, you can't say that, okay, everybody got a little bit of spoiler, everybody got 20 or 40 or 60 square inches more. So it's just another tool that you can use to make your car work better. We're not really going to be able to tell a lot with our car until 40 or 50 laps into the race, because that's when our car seems to be going away on us. But I think it's a definite plus for what we're driving.
Race fans, you can now catch Inside Winston Cup Racing on Sundays and Saturdays as we join TNN's Saturday lineup at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss IWCR.
Filtered Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its real draft taste, the world is a very cool place. How far can effort and energy take you? How much performance can you get out of a machine? Texaco has the answer in System 3 gasolines. System 3 helps remove harmful engine deposits in all octane grades to improve performance with the energy to run stronger, smoother, cleaner. The energy to go further.
There's only one way to go for high performance off-road or traditional replacement parts and accessories. Key Parts Auto Stores. Team up with Big Daddy Don Garlitz and Bell Additives to enhance your engine's performance and reliability. Ask for Big Daddy's fuel treatments, now on sale for $5.95. Call 1-800-453-4000 for your nearest Key Parts Auto Store. And for your Key Parts catalog, just $2.49 and packed with hundreds of dollars in discount coupons.
Hi, I'm Linda Petty. Richard's raced hard all his life, and I have finally convinced him to take us on a nice cruise this Thanksgiving. Come join Richard, myself, and all of our family for 8 days and 7 nights on the world's newest luxury liner, the Royal Majesty.
It's going to be a sellout soon, so don't miss your chance. Call this number now.
We're going to have a great time. See you on board.
Next week, the Winston Cup Series hits the Bristol International Raceway for the first of 3 straight short track races. We'll bring you the highlights from the Valleydale Meets 500 next week.
Last spring, eventual Busch Grand National champion Bobby Labonte beat rookie David Green to capture his first of 2 victories in 1991. Now Kenny Wallace leads the point race, and Labonte is looking for his first win of the season. We'll have all the highlights from the Bud 250 at Bristol.
Nelson Crozier is an unfamiliar name to Winston Cup racing fans, but to the people in the garage area, Nelson Crozier is a best friend. We'll introduce you to this electronic wizard next week.
In past years, in the Busch Grand National races on Saturday afternoon, the Winston Cup drivers were favored in those races because of their experience. Well, that has changed in 1992. The Busch Grand National drivers are making themselves known and showing the Winston Cup drivers that they can run with them and beat them. And that was the case in the Mark III Vans 200 here at Darlington, even though there was a Winston Cup driver on the pole.
Ned, Mark Martin set a track record in winning the pole for this event, and among those drivers chasing him up front is Martinsville winner Kenny Wallace in the Dirt Devil Chevrolet. Kenny, congratulations on that win. Is that the little extra to help bring you and this team a little closer together and really make a run for this BGN championship here in '92?
Well, I think it definitely helps. You know, the team has been together and has really strived hard all winter long, you know, to try to prove a lot of people wrong. You know, of course, it's pretty phenomenal what the guys have done. I'd like to thank Crew Chief Steve Bird, you know, for keeping the guys working so hard and putting me where I'm at right now.
Mark Martin's record speed put his Ford in a strong position to battle the Busch regulars. After Richard Petty waved the green flag for the start, Martin quickly became the class of the field, pursued by Robert Presley, Kenny Wallace, and Ward Burton. But Martin had the muscle and the machine to build a comfortable cushion. While the front runners chased Mark, Harry Gant was knifing his way toward the front. Starting 12th, Gant was a threatening third by lap 30. On lap 37, the game changed when Martin's bad Busch luck continued. A blown engine put him into the wall and out of the race. After leading the first 36 laps, the lady in black was nothing more than an old flame. On the restart, it was Gant at the point, thanks in part to quick work in the pits. Harry had history and horsepower on his side and led 63 of the next 71 laps. It appeared Harry had the tools to tame the track and take apart the field. Jeff Gordon had a good run going until his strong season was soured by a bad shock on lap 95. Presley, Burton, and a suddenly healthy Tommy Houston were persistent in their pursuit of Gant. But this Busch race boiled down to the final few miles. With 9 laps left, Jack Sprague spun exiting turn 2. Tire fatigue had become such a factor, the leaders pitted for fresh right side rubber, and the stage was set for the final 5 laps. Gant pulled away from Presley on the restart, but Todd Bodine threw a wrench into Gant's travel plans. Battling to stay on the lead lap, Bodine would not let Gant go by until Presley hooked onto Gant's bumper for the frantic final lap. Presley pressured Gant in turn 2, pulled even on the backstretch, and had enough of an edge to force Harry high in the final turn. A brief, breathtaking bobble by Presley in 4 was not enough to help Harry overhaul the leader. Robert Presley took the checkers, with his heart racing as fast as his car.
We was quick, you know, on new tires. The car was just perfect. Harry was a little bit loose, but he was good after we ran away. I'd say if I can just hang with him a couple laps and then get him, you know, we've got a shot at winning. But I was ready to settle for second, you know. And then I seen we was right there on him.
Today's mailbox is brought to you by Miller Genuine Draft.
Our question today is from Gary Green of Baker, Louisiana, who writes, is the same pace car used at each track, or does each track have their own pace car? Well, Gary, for that answer, we'll get former NASCAR Winston Cup driver Elmo Langley, who is the official pace car driver for NASCAR now, to answer that for you.
Well, that's a good question, Gary. We use a Pontiac at most of the tracks. Charlotte has a deal with Oldsmobile, and Dover has a deal with Oldsmobile. Watkins Glen uses a Ford, Atlanta uses a Ford. But 75% of the tracks is using a Pontiac, and a few of the rest of the deals that the tracks have with a manufacturer, and they use a different car. So we use actually 3 different cars, and but they're all good pace cars.
If you have any race questions, you can write to us at Inside Winston Cup Racing, Box 240-417, Charlotte, North Carolina 28224. Or you can now call us at 1-900-73-RACES. Charge is $1 per minute, average call 2 minutes. Fans 18 and under get your parents' permission before calling. If we use your question on the air, you'll receive this embroidered Miller Genuine Draft jacket free. Fans 21 and under receive an IWCR cap and t-shirt.
Hey fans, how would you like to go on a cruise in the Caribbean? Well, you can do it with Richard Petty, the all-time winner in NASCAR Winston Cup racing. That's one of the last things that will happen on the Richard Petty Fan Appreciation Tour. It takes place in November after the NASCAR Winston Cup season ends. For more information on it, you can call 1-800-927-9276. That should be a fun trip, so don't miss out on it. Well, our time's up for today. Hope you enjoyed the show. You be sure to be with us here next week when we'll come to you from Bristol, Tennessee. See you then.
Inside Winston Cup Racing has been brought to you by coal-filtered Miller Genuine Draft and Miller Genuine Draft Light, taking the country by storm. And by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. Transportation for Inside Winston Cup Racing Crew provided by Fleetwood Enterprises, makers of a full line of excellent recreational vehicles. Communications for Inside Winston Cup Racing Crew provided by Racing Radios, Forest Park, Georgia, the official communications of NASCAR.
Race Day, next on TNN. This is TNN, the Nashville Network, the #1 source for country music, entertainment, and information.